Yes, people, welcome back to another stream, man. And today we've got some more Jude Bellingham updates, a few more updates coming in on the socials and from Tommy as well. He's been speaking again. Obviously, people asking him, what's going on, Bray? You told us one thing, and it looks like another thing is happening. So we've got a little bit more information on this. And I've thought about it a little bit more since we did the stream yesterday, and I've not wrote it off as much as I did yesterday. Yesterday during the stream, I was like, nah, it's over, it's done. I still think he's, ain't looking great, Brev. But yesterday I was like 99% he's going Real Madrid. Now I'm like maybe 80%. I've climbed up a little bit.
I've got no faith in it. But this is what I was saying yesterday. It ain't done. It can't be done because they've not done anything with Dortmund yet. It's not like Haaland. Haaland, it could be done without Dortmund because you literally just agree to pay the release clause. That's it. And you get out of it. And then, you know what I mean? You don't have to do anything with the club. Agree to pay the release clause, you move. Dortmund have no choice. This, Dortmund hold all the cards because they put a price tag on him. And if Real Madrid don't want to pay that price tag, and Dortmund don't want to accept what Real Madrid give, he's not going to go to Real Madrid. They can agree all they want with that player. But Real Madrid, at the end of the day, have to pay up the cash. So, unless they're going to pay the 125 million, it ain't a thing. But I still lack confidence. I think the sources that was coming out yesterday was, as much as a lot of them were using the Spanish sources, which is never a good sign. Like Fabrizio was using Spanish sources. Patrick Berger did come out, and that's a big donny for Dortmund. I don't have much confidence in this deal happening, but this transfer's done weirder things, man. So wouldn't surprise me if at some point we're just back in the race again.
Yeah, there's a couple of for me, there's a couple of red flags in terms of this potential deal for Real Madrid. I'm gonna get some stuff up on the screen. Let me show you the first red flag, right? This is for me the first red flag. Yeah, let me zoom in a bit so you can see it. So this is from Patrick Berger, right? Mouthpiece for Dortmund. Said Jude Bellingham's move to Real Madrid is imminent. According to my information, the player side is very far with the royal team. I'm speaking about Real Madrid. Now the clubs have to negotiate. Dortmund want 150 million euros. It's not been informed about, obviously, Bellingham. No official request. Liverpool and City out, according to Berger. Bro, I just think that Jude Bellingham's move to Real Madrid is imminent. But they've not had any discussions, have not negotiated any sort of transfer fee. And all the news that we was getting in the previous weeks and months is that Real Madrid will not pay 130 million. They're not prepared to go up to that amount. So he might have had news to suggest that Jude Bellingham has said yes to Real Madrid. He fancies going Real Madrid. But ultimately, I mean, and he says it in his own tweet, the clubs have to negotiate. And the news that we've had in the previous weeks is that Real Madrid are not going to go to 130 million. So it just seems strange that he said it's imminent. Yet Real Madrid have not even started negotiations. And all the news that we've had so far is that they're not going to pay the 130 mil.
Yeah. But
that's a red flag for me.
But he could be saying it's imminent just on the basis that Liverpool and City are out. So we're out. There's only one club left for him to go to.
Yeah, again, I just think
we're out, innit? Like we're like, yep, we're done.
City and Liverpool out though, but then I don't know. I just don't get it, because then what about if Real Madrid are like, we're not paying 130 million?
Then he stays at Dortmund, doesn't he?
Then he stays at Dortmund. But then, so you're telling me he'd rather stay at Dortmund than come to Manchester City?
I mean, clearly doesn't want to come to us.
But he might not want to come. It might just be that he'd rather go Real Madrid.
Well, to be fair, yeah, no, it's not like he doesn't want to come to City, by the way, because he did say yes to Manchester City as well. He agreed personal terms with City, just like he did with Real Madrid. However, he's now chosen Real Madrid.
Have a look at this. This is told me this morning. He said, City briefing, nothing new. They have also, like Haaland, been cautious to always play down our chances and always cite Real Madrid, which is fair and reasonable to expect. As of today, there is still no Madrid bid, no discussions with Dortmund, just the claims from Madrid sources. City haven't pulled out.
There you go.
So, I just think
if City had pulled out, this is what we were saying yesterday, you'd think there'd be a brief.
Yeah.
From the club to stop this madness from the fans.
Exactly. So I just think that, if you actually break down the facts, bro, what's happened here is Jude Bellingham appears to have said he'll join Real Madrid. And that's about it. Yeah. That's it. That's it.
That's all we've got.
But we knew he wanted to join Liverpool. We already kind of knew that he was willing to join City. And now we just know that he's willing to join Real Madrid. Until more speculation or rumors come out that he's willing, Real Madrid are getting close on a fee, or they're willing to go to the numbers that Dortmund want, then what's the difference? Nothing's actually changed at this moment in time for me. I don't see what's changed.
Well, I do. He's publicly chosen where he wants to go.
He's not publicly chosen it.
Well, it's come out from all the sources that he's chosen where he wants to go. We got nothing like that. We got nothing from Dortmund's mouthpiece. All their sources are saying it. We got nothing, bro. We didn't get none of our sources saying that Jude's chosen City when we found out. We've barely had anything this whole saga.
But exactly. We've had nothing. Real Madrid have had quite a lot throughout this saga. We've had no news.
But it's coming from like Patrick Berger was a big source for Dortmund.
He is, but he's also a mouthpiece for Dortmund. Is he? Does he want Dortmund trying to get Real Madrid to come in and have a little like of a bidding war? Like I don't think that this for me is changed much. I think
I think it's changed. I think the scope as it is dramatically changed. I feel like before this we was all in for it. I think the fan base will change in it. I think everyone is kind of like just done. Like, and I do think it has changed. I do think it has changed.
But then this guy says City and Liverpool out. Tommy says City haven't pulled out.
Yeah. Who do you believe?
And I go back to it again. The facts are the facts. The clubs haven't negotiated a fee, and Real Madrid I've said throughout this process. If you look at this here, Real Madrid have said throughout this process that they're not going to pay the money. They're not going to pay the money. So how are they going to get him?
Negotiations, isn't it?
They've said throughout this whole process, about the sources, that they are not prepared to go to 130 million euros.
Yeah, yesterday it's coming out the max was 100.
Yeah, they want him for 100 million. You're not going to get him for 100 million. So, what? I mean, and this guy's saying City are out. He's saying, and Tommy's saying City are in. They're not prepared to pay over 100 million. I don't know, man. I just think. A lot of people in the chat say it's over. I don't think it's over, mate. I don't think it's over. It's not over until they agree a fee.
It's not. Oh, yeah. This is what I was saying yesterday when you and Hugh, because yesterday you and Hugh had the thing of it's over. I said it's not over, but it doesn't give that. That's not me having hope on the deal. I'm just saying that factually the deal is not across the line for Real Madrid.
Yeah,
but in terms of where he's going to go, I think it's over. I think Jude Bellingham will end up a Real Madrid player.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just, again, if I see some links or sources coming out, saying Dortmund and Real Madrid are getting closer on a fee, then I'll accept it. But there's been absolutely no talk about a fee.
Yeah, because they've not done that yet. So that's the next stage. They've convinced the player. That's the biggest part for Real Madrid. Now they've just got to go and negotiate a fee with Dortmund.
Exactly. We got a super chat. Sorry, I didn't see it. Alan with a super chat says, "My question: does Bellingham want to come to City, or is he just going to the highest bidder, i.e., wages?" I don't know, man. I don't know what he's thinking himself. He's obviously got some offers. He had an offer from Liverpool, which got laughed at from Dortmund, apparently of 80 million quid.
I heard that, or I seen somewhere that City offered more money. But then that's always the thing with us, isn't it? It's always City offered more money, but he's chose Real Madrid basically.
Yeah, so Alan then says, "I don't want a player who does not want to play for us." Well, we don't know if he doesn't want to play for. I think if he didn't want to play for us, City would have shut this down a long time ago.
No, yeah, I think he was open to playing for us. I think he was definitely open to play for Manchester City. Just ultimately, he's also open to playing for Liverpool and also open to playing for Real Madrid. It's almost like he was like, I'd happily play at any of these clubs. And then he's gone, right, choose one then. And he's gone, you know what? I think I'm going to go Real Madrid.
Yeah. Amar says, "Don't want him, poor technically, not a City player." And then Sarana says, "A deal is done until he signs a contract." A deal isn't done, I guess, until he signs a contract. Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. And like, for me, I'm just at this point now where if he, soon as Real Madrid put a bid in, or as soon as I see links coming out that Real Madrid and Dortmund are closer on a deal, then I'll probably accept it. But until that time, City is still fighting for the deal. And that's obviously what Tommy's saying as well. Tommy's saying City are not pulled out. City is still in this. As of today, no Madrid bid. You can't sign the player unless you make a bid. So once the bid comes in, then it's over. But until that point, there's still a chance we'll get him. There is still a chance that we could get him. We've got a good relationship with Dortmund as well. We've worked with them over the years. So, that could work in our favour when we're doing deals with Dortmund. Apparently, City are looking to pay a lot of the fee up front as well. You know what I mean? Whereas Real Madrid probably have to pay a lot more in instalments. So that could work in our favour. And I just go back to the point that we've seen. When we've done these Jude Bellingham streams, one thing that always comes up in these streams is that Real Madrid were not prepared to go over 100 million quid. Well, I just, that goes against everything that's come out of the German media. Everyone in the German media is saying Dortmund want 130 to 150 million euros. So if Real Madrid are not prepared to over 100, then what's going to happen there?
Yeah, well, Jason Burt from the Telegraph said that City haven't given up hope signing Jude Bellingham, but are recently resigned to the fact that he's chosen Real Madrid. They said that basically City are going to remain in the race until otherwise, with the final decision expected in the next 2 weeks. I think personally, right? I think this is the way it's going to go. Real Madrid will try and do a deal with Dortmund and get that in there. And City are basically going to sit there. They'll have their offer to Bellingham in the wings and they'll leave it at that. We'll move on and look at other targets now. But if that deal was to collapse, Bellingham knows that City's offer is still there. I think that's the way that City are going to work it. The transfer window isn't even open yet, so no players can move yet. But City will be like, look, here's our offer. It's going to stay here. Don't worry about it. And then he goes and tries to sort his shit out with Real Madrid because that's where he wants to go. And then in God knows how long, if it doesn't go through, he can fall back on us, or he'll have to swerve.
Yeah, exactly. So
because something that's key is we need to move on.
We need to look at targets.
Yeah, well, I don't. I mean, I'm not asked if Real Madrid can't agree a fee with Dortmund. At the end of the day, he's chosen Real Madrid. City believe that he's going to Real Madrid. That's the thing. Well, City believe that they're favourites, right? So if you believe Real Madrid are favourites to sign him, you need to start moving on a different target then, because we can't just sit there twiddling our thumbs waiting for it to fall through and it not fall through. We need to go and look at other targets. Today, an hour ago, Alexis McAllister and Liverpool are there. That's on the move. That's getting closer. So we need to sort our shit out.
Yeah, no, I agree. At what point do you, if you're like Khaldoon, bro, or Tiki, yeah? At what point do you say, if you're not signing this deal with us, Jude, or you're not giving us the yes, I'm joining you, then we got to move, and the deal is then retracted, and then even if it breaks down with Real Madrid, we can't get you because we're already moving on other targets. How long do we wait? Because people see, this is what does my head in, right? I've seen people on Twitter, people in the comment section saying, "Boys, it's only May, relax." But you clearly don't understand how exactly. You clearly don't understand how transfers are done. It's not FIFA. You know what I mean? You don't wait until the transfer window opens and then start making inquiries. You got to make the inquiries now, man. Players are in demand. I'm telling you, man. There's a talent drain there. There's a serious talent drain in football. There's not that many great midfield players out there that you can get at some point. And for some people like IP Trust in the chat, so Alan with the super chat says, move on. You move. Some people are saying, draw the line now. And that's fine if that's where you are. I'd probably give it a couple more weeks personally, but then I have to at some point put in a concrete deadline to say I can't keep sitting here hoping and praying that he joins City, because I'm not actually that desperate for Jude Bellingham. I'd really like him at City. Don't get me wrong, but I actually think, and I've said this throughout This Isn't Reaction, I've said this for a couple of weeks now, that I actually believe that McAllister in the short term would be a better option than for Manchester City. At some point, you have to move on. And I like you say, bro, go for other targets. Because what you can't be doing is getting into mid-June, end of June, getting into July with pre-season 6 weeks around the corner, thinking you're getting Jude Bellingham. He signs for Real Madrid, and then you've got 5 weeks to do a deal. McAllister's already agreed to join Liverpool. Barella's gone somewhere else. And then you're like, shit, now what do we do? Do you know what I mean? Then you're panicking, and then clubs know you're panicking, because I'm telling you, you all know it, man. Everyone in the chat, you know it as well. I know it. That off-season, it feels slow, yeah? And then, boom, suddenly it's pre-season. And then you're like, shit, we've got no players. So you need to get, at some point, you've got to draw the line. Now, for me, I'd probably give it another couple of weeks, man. I'd probably give it maybe 2-3 weeks. But if we've not got the okay from him in a couple of weeks, we're just going to have to move on and start looking at other targets, because you can't let them go.
Well, I think we look at other targets now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, look at them now anyway. I mean, like, look at them now. But like,
I'd honestly, I'd be sending offers to other targets.
You do what?
I'd be sending offers to other targets. No one can actually sign until June anyway. So I'd be like, look, looking at this, I can basically make it so that Bellingham knows that we're on someone else. This is the situation, and Then Bellingham becomes backup, not first choice.
Mm.
That's the way we've got to work it, because we need to focus on someone else. We can't have them thinking that they're second best, because they're gonna be like, "Why the fuck would I want to come to you?" We look at McAllister and try and go for McAllister, and then like we just say to him, "Oh yeah, well here's the offer. Here's the offer for you. However, if Bellingham does pull out, then we're gonna abandon this and we're gonna go for that." It'd just be like, "Fuck, is I'm going to Liverpool? Like why am I sitting here waiting for you when I can go sign for Liverpool?"
Yeah,
like,
who actually want me?
Who actually want me? Yeah.
It's like a first choice.
And that's funny. That's like the opposite of what's happening now, isn't it? Because the chat now and people want us to bin the Bellingham thing, because you need players that want to play for the football club. Now, like we've said plenty of times, there's nothing to say that Bellingham does not want to play for Manchester City. It's just that he'd prefer to play for Real Madrid. Like, he said yes to City in terms wise. Like, it's just he's chosen Real Madrid. Like, it's not like he went City and rejected us. That's not a thing.
So, are we all in agreement then? So Alan, you can't sit and wait on Bellingham. Send him a message, sign, or fuck off. Yeah, I think that's what you have to do. Are we all in agreement then in the chat, right? That City should now start. This is where I'm at. I'm not giving up on Jude just yet. Like I said, I give it a couple more weeks. I'm starting to make inquiries now for as if Jude's gone to Real Madrid. And then in 2 to 3 weeks, if Jude is still no closer to joining City, if these rumours are still there with Real Madrid and he's not given us the concrete yes or no, I'm saying it's over. Let's sign this new target that we've been speaking with for a number of weeks. Is that where we're at? Is that where you're at?
I'm at basically right now. I'm treating the Jude deal like it's over.
Yeah, but if
he left fields it and goes, yeah, then I'm alert to that and going right, okay.
Right. So you're not shutting it down, because I think there'll be some people in the chat now who are like,
no, because
I'm shutting it down. Even if he doesn't join Real Madrid, I don't want him.
People in the chat are like, I'm pulling that offer, but the offer will remain for Jude Bellingham. City's offer remains for Jude Bellingham 100%. But we focus our targets elsewhere now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, man. Bill Salt says we lost out on our dream Koulibaly and got Diaz.
Yeah. Koulibaly, Koundé, then Diaz. We had Jorginho, ended up with Rodri. Do you know what I mean? Alexis Sanchez ended up with Mahrez.
T-Man says he shut it down already. Fair. Like I say, I think some people have shut it down already. Like I say, for me, I'm starting now to look at my new number one targets. For me, Jude Bellingham is probably gone now, but I'm looking at new number one targets, and in maybe three weeks, I'm then going, okay, is there any chance we can get Bellingham? If the answer to that is no, I'm out. I'm Duncan Banner time, bro. I'm stepping out of the den and I'm going, nah, I don't want this deal no more. You know what I mean? Even if he becomes available, because we have to, because what people need to remember as well, with Jude Bellingham, that's likely to impact our other transfers because of the amount of money that you're going to have to spend.
Because the cash it costs.
If you get Jude Bellingham for 130 million, that is going to impact someone else. If you don't get Jude Bellingham and you go for someone else, say you get someone for 60 million quid, yeah, then you might be able to go and get a sick left back. You might be able to go get like a mega centre back. You might be able to upgrade this type of winger you're going to get. So we can't be sitting around waiting for Jude Bellingham, because it's not only are you just messing around waiting for a midfielder that you might not get, and then you have to go and get a midfielder. Because of the transfer fee, it's then likely to impact your other signings as well. Because if they sign Jude Bellingham, they might go, oh, instead of getting a mint left back, one that's legit sick, we'll go and get someone who's a backup. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if they get someone who's a £60 million midfielder, they might go, oh, we've got this extra transfer budget that we was going to use on Bellingham. Go and get an actual mega left back. Go and get a Theo Hernandez, for example. Go and get an Alphonso Davies. You don't need to get Alex Moreno from Aston Villa, which is the new link today.
You can invest elsewhere, innit?
Correct. So you can't be sitting around. You can't be sitting around until the last 2 weeks of the transfer window. You've got to make a decision. And unfortunately, if that decision is that we've got to walk away, even if he ends up not signing for Real Madrid, then that's what we've got to do. We've got to be ruthless. At the end of the day, right, I think pretty much everyone here agrees, we do not need Jude Bellingham to be a successful team.
Yeah, no.
So it's not like we're signing someone who's going to transform our team from an average side or a poor side to a mega team. He's not. And like I said, for me personally, I actually think McAllister will be better in the short term than Jude Bellingham anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So,
definitely, and people didn't understand that. I seen that on Twitter last night, and people didn't understand it. But then I was like, how are people not understanding? Like, McAllister's already doing it in the Premier League right now, but Jude Bellingham you're paying for potential with Jude Bellingham, which is what we've said plenty of times.
Yeah, McAllister fits into the City team easier as well than Jude Bellingham, in my view.
Shamil, the 4 month says, guys paying 150 million for this is too much. Better let him go. We don't need that hype. That is another thing. The price tag surrounding him is heavy. We'll get absolutely cooked for paying that kind of money. He'll get booed everywhere he goes, just like Jack Grealish does, just because the price tag that involves and him joining City. It's just something that happens, man. And you don't know how players are going to handle that. Sir Alan says we've got young McAtee as well. But yeah, that is another player who is there in the midfield. Percy, I think he'll get loaned out. I think we spoke about this before. But that means City might look at it and go, well, that's an option. It's just one of them things, man. It's just one of them things. Sir Alan, again, with the 3. Yes, Sir Alan, mate. He says, name 3 midfielder targets.
McAllister.
Lionel Messi.
yeah, Messi is probably actually a legit an option.
It's weird because Messi started to not become an option. Messi wasn't an option, but then when this deal fell through, he then just became an option. He's got some mega package from Saudi though, so like I don't know. We ain't gonna be able to put up with that. But his priority is to stay in Europe.
Yeah, and also, do you know that Lionel Messi has a £25 million a year deal with Saudi Arabia that he has to visit them 3 times a year? And that was one of the reasons he was there.
So PSG binned him for that.
So yeah. So people were saying that obviously was there because he was speaking to Saudi Arabia about maybe signing a contract for one of the teams like Al Hilal or whatever. But actually, it was just that he's got a contract with Saudi. He's a Saudi Arabia ambassador. He gets paid £25 million a year to go to Saudi Arabia 3 times a year and just say, "Look how many it is."
No way.
Which is fair. And he was overdue. Apparently, he was overdue a visit. He'd not been for time, so he needed to go. Which is also right because if he's gonna, he doesn't need to fly to Saudi Arabia to have discussions about signing for Al Hilal.
We have mobile phones, innit?
We have mobile phones. You know what I mean? So that was the reason he was there, apparently. So yeah, maybe Messi is one. Obviously, there are a few other ones as well. Kovacic, Mount is available, but they're more Madison. You know, are they more rotational though?
Yeah, it smells of like a rotational player, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Jude was the potential to be our starter for long term.
Yeah.
Sinathan with the 14s says Haaland chose us. We are not a second choice club. Haaland did choose us. You are correct. You are correct. Elliot Mills with a 2. His first super chat. Yes, it's Elliot. He says, "Forget Jude, sign Messi." I'm kind of back, you know. I'm kind of on this just Messi hype, and I know it doesn't sort out our midfield situation at all. I think you could play Messi in midfield. It doesn't sort it out, but I kind of just back it. Put him right wing. Sir Alan with a 3 says Messi's too old. He's finished. I mean, he's still doing it though. He did it in the World Cup this year. He's still doing it in the French league. I reckon he'd have something to offer. You know, I reckon he could do something. OT with a 14s says 60 million McAllister is enough. I mean, but the thing is, I reckon it would have been around 70 million without the bidding war. True. And now there will be a bidding war. I reckon you're looking at £80 million. I reckon Liverpool will pay 80 million for him.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's 70 million just to get a phone call.
Yeah, I reckon 70 to start a negotiation with them. You got to offer 70 million. If you offer anything less than that, do you want FIFA when they insta reject? It's like, this is a disgrace, and they walk out. anything less than 70 million.
I genuinely think so. I think so. But I would take McAllister. He's a lot cheaper, and he's only 24. People think he's like old, man. He's not old. He's 24 years old. He's still very young. But he's a great player, and he fit into the team.
The likelihood is also a lot of people want Matoma, don't they? The likelihood is going and getting McAllister and Matoma. I don't think that's the thing.
No.
And did you see De Zerbi as well? He came out about Matoma and was like, we're confident of him staying, and we want him to stay another year. It's better for his growth and for Brighton. Yeah. You know why that is? They'll get more cash for him next year if he slams again.
Yeah, but it's a risk, innit? Meat chew driller.
It is the Me Too driller.
What do you do? That's a big
But they
question.
might just be like, yeah, this guy's worth it. He might be the one that's worth fucking keeping. But then again, if someone puts that money in front of you, like Cucurella, innit? They put 60 million in front of them.
I know. It is difficult. Off Meta with the 2 super chats said, I'd be very happy with Florian Wirtz if no Jude. And says, rumours in March and April of City looking at €100 million Florian Wirtz. So I'd be very happy if he's a backup to Jude. Listen, I think we're going to have to do like a proper stream on this one. I have to do some research, look at some scout reports, maybe watch a match or something of Florian Wirtz, because a lot of you guys in the chat,
yeah, people talk about this, Donny, innit?
Yeah, a lot of you guys in the chat are saying Florian Wirtz, get this guy. We have seen a couple of links, nothing serious, you know, even from pretty dodgy sources or whatever, but a couple of links. Manchester City are interested in Wirtz. Obviously, is a position that we need. Could he be an option for Manchester City? Possibly. You know, so I think it's something that we might need to look into, because a lot of people in this chat, bro, are fully on the Wirtz hype, man.
Yeah, they are, man.
I'm gonna do a poll. I'm gonna do a poll, bro.
Darcy with a 5. Real question is, why do people believe in the nose so much? Because when they get things right, people get gassed, innit? And you get excited, and everyone loves a transfer story. Everyone gets excited about transfer stories, and during the season, I mean, you're all thirsty for it. And when people have got things right consecutive times, you're looking at going, you know what? They must know something here. But that's just the way it is with that in the nose, isn't it? Like Hugh was devastated. He was like, I believe them too much, man. He was going through a bad breakup right now with In the Nose. That's why he's not turned up today. He told us personally, he was like, boys, I think I'm a bit upset. He was like, I need to take a break.
Yeah, he's on sickness.
He's on sick leave, innit? Because he's having a bad breakup.
Big up per lot of Cheshire as well with the 5. Says, we're on for a treble without Bellingham. Get Gundogan and Silva on new contracts and we move. Well, actually, this is where more doubt for me creeps into the fact that City might sign Jude Bellingham, is because about a week ago I started seeing shit online that City have offered Gundogan a €9 million contract a year, and he was seriously considering it.
Yeah.
And then a few days later, this news breaks about Jude Bellingham. Now, I'm putting 2 and 2 together here and maybe getting 5, yeah? But it almost seems to me like City have been told about this Jude Bellingham thing in advance, because obviously they don't just find out when we all find out, they already know. And then they're like, okay, we actually then think that Gundogan staying is a better option than us going sign. And maybe they've heard that McAllister's going to Liverpool, so maybe they went, instead of going signing a Wirtz or a Barella or a Kovacic, it's actually just better to keep Gundogan rather than panic signing. Let's keep Gundogan, get him on a new contract, and then maybe go for someone in a year's time or 2 years' time when we've got like a few more years under the belt.
Or you keep Gundogan. You know that Bernardo Silva might leave. You know that's a shout. So what you do is you just go get Madison anyway. You go get Madison anyway because he'll be great rotational. He'll offer rest to absolutely everyone. He can, if Gundogan can't play, you can put Madison in there, and if Bernardo Silva's he can't play, you can put Madison in there instead. Do you know what I mean? Because he gets you the more attacking threat, and also just like we've been playing Bernardo right wing at times, you can play Madison right wing, and then you keep hold of. You're keeping hold of Gundogan. You're protected if Bernardo Silva does leave because you've already gone and got James Madison. I think the James Madison deal just makes sense as a cheap deal, or cheap in today's market, I should say, a cheap deal which you can get done. It 100% will be able to get done, and he'll fit into this team. He'll be able to fit in. Yesterday, we said this yesterday. Someone in the chat actually said, if we had Madison, he'd have been better in this game. Bernardo Silva in that first half, if that was James Madison, I reckon he'd have got a few assists in that first half. Bernardo Silva just ain't that end product kind of guy, isn't it?
I agree.
So I think it's a good deal. And there's a lot of people who just don't like Madison, and say he's too injury prone like that, Megan and that. But I think he'd fit the bill. But then if Bernardo stays and Gundo stays, that doesn't mean Madison won't get any game time. Of course, he'll still get game time. We play 60 games a season. Look at Gundo; he's dead on his feet.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I agree. On the Verts thing, off Meta says Verts is like a mixture of Gundogan and Bernardo, and on the poll, half of the people in the stream haven't seen him play, but 41% of people said they've seen him play. They think we should sign him, we should get him, and 10% of people said they've seen him, don't think he's good enough. So overwhelmingly, people who have watched him think he's mint and think City should sign Florian Wirtz, which is interesting.
I rate the honesty as well. If people are just saying that never seen him in it.
Yeah, because if you know that the poll wouldn't work if people didn't vote properly. So you know that 40% to 10%, that's a lot. That's a lot, man. So you know, I've never seen him play. I don't think so. I'd need to watch him. I need to look at some scout reports. I'd need to watch some highlights, maybe watch a game or something to see him. But it's one that is creeping up a lot in the chat, man. A lot of people in the chat are always mentioning it. And like I said, I have seen a few links now and again about him, but it's always kind of like
we actually did a stream on him ages ago.
Yeah, it was like a C plus star fucking rated source. It wasn't like a mega source, so it was kind of like didn't kind of take it seriously. But who else is there out there? There ain't really that many players, man.
Personally, I can see a window where we'll go get the Declan Rice signing, right? And I know we speak quite a lot on all those links yesterday again. The Declan Rice signing, for me isn't to do with the Jude Bellingham signing. I don't see. I feel like that's more tailored to Calvin Phillips because I feel like he'll play in that role like Calvin should be playing. And like we've said plenty of times when we've done Declan Rice streams, I reckon you would be able to do a swap deal with West Ham. Mm-hmm. I reckon you could send Calvin Phillips the other way. Mm-hmm. So and they'd accept that. They'd be buzzing with that. So I think we could see a window where it's Madison and Rice. Mm-hmm. Genuinely.
Yeah.
Now I know that the United are in for Madison apparently as well, but I mean we've already had meetings, like you said. We've already had meetings with them. We've already held initial talks in January.
Mm-hmm. And that came from Jack Gorn, by the way.
Yeah. So honestly, that's legit. Legit. This ain't no like ITK shit. Yeah. Legit. City was going to sign. We went full ham to sign Madison in January. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I just think I think that's the route we're heading down. Now that might disappoint people, but end of the day, when you lose out on targets, you have to go for your alternates, and Madison is an alternate option.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's gonna be interesting to see how this one develops. Like I say, for me, I'm starting now to transition to more. Okay, we're not getting Bellingham, so who is my main target? But I'm basically at this moment in time, me personally, I'm like, if he does still be available in a couple of weeks, then I pull the trigger on him. However, I'm probably giving it 2 to 3 more weeks, and if I don't get the okay from Jude Bellingham that yes, I am joining Manchester City, then I'm going to have to end all interest and then start moving on my other targets, because otherwise you'll be in a position where, as I say, you'll be getting into mid-June, end of June, getting into July. I mean, a month away from pre-season, less than a month away from pre-season. In fact, a couple of weeks away from pre-season, because they'll start pre-season in mid-July, and you've still not signed a midfielder. So that's where I think I'm at.
The minute that Jude publicly signs for Real Madrid is bad news for Manchester City, because everyone knows that City are in this deal, and everyone knows we're in for midfielders. And we was going for a high-profile midfielder. So best believe every other midfielder on the planet just went up a price when City asked.
Yeah.
Because they know we want one. They know City were willing to pay big cash for Jude.
Yeah. And surely City are not going to go from Jude Bellingham to, like, Mount.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But we can't get Mount, man. We can't. No disrespect to Mount on that, but nah.
Yeah, I agree.
Mount
so it's a bit of a weird one. Well, there you go. We had a chat there. Could City still sign Jude Bellingham, and at what point? I think most people are in the same position, but there are a lot of people in the chat who are like, nah, end it now. It's over. End it now. Go for, like, start moving on other targets. I'm giving it another couple of weeks, but after that, then I'm out of here. You know what I mean? I'm talking about moving on to targets, and even if it comes available, we just can't move because you got to make plans, man. You got to get plans. Big up to Haaland says, yes, Bray. Let's sign Messi and Neymar for 200 million.
I mean, I don't know what you're doing with that 100 millions. I reckon he could probably get Neymar for like 70 mil. They probably want to get rid of him. And Messi's free.
What's Neymar's contract?
It's extended, it automatically extended, didn't it? But apparently they want rid.
Oh.
Because they wanted rid of him, didn't they? But then it auto extended. He's on like major cash.
Yeah.
It was running out and it automatically like extended in July or something like that till 2027, I think.
Yeah. LB, here we go. Chelsea manager. LB, would you take the job?
Take the job, bro.
Would I take the Chelsea job, man? Ted Bowler, £600 million. Yeah, I'd take the job.
Just be like, I was always a Chelsea fan.
Yeah. I'm coming back to my roots.
Yeah.
All right, then, people. We'll be back later on, actually, because we've got the player ratings, man. So make sure you join us for the player ratings. I think that's at 2:00. So big up to everyone that's going to be there. It's going to be interesting to see who gets man of the match and that. Some interesting conversation. And then we'll be live again tomorrow night. Can you believe, bro? There's only like 2 more days and then you got another match.
That's it. Today, tomorrow, and then it's match day.
Crazy. It's just like
it moves too quick, man.
Hitting hard, man. So yeah, big up to people. Hopefully you enjoyed this conversation. Make sure you smash a like on the stream, man. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Remember, join us later on in it because we've got that big stream, man. Player ratings. You don't want to miss it. Stream will automatically redirect you. Make sure you smash a like on it. And guys, we'll see you in the next one, man. Peace out.